just so we can build that rapport. Okay. So my name is Treasure Akiopo. I am the consulting and partnership lead at Tenalytics and Tenalytics Business. And I will sort of be anchoring the session before bringing up your facilitator. I am currently in Lagos, Nigeria, and I would love to know where each and every one is joining us from. So Chiedo, Prince Will, Prince Moses. It'll be a very nice time to know where you're joining from. So where are you joining from? You could just chat and just let us know. I am joining from Lagos, Abuja, Canada. Fantastic. Prince is joining from Lagos. Welcome to today's session. Thank you so much for taking our time to join today's session. I promise you're going to get a lot of value going into the session. We still have quite a number of people. I would love to know where you're joining us from. This is going to be a very interactive and hands-on class because we're going to be making use of Excel and Power BI. There's a case study that you'll be working with and how to create more advanced charts than what you are currently used to. So a lot of people are used to like very simple looking charts with just bar charts, maybe pie chart, but there's a lot more in Excel and Power BI when it comes to reporting that you've not been able to get access to. And that is what today's masterclass is going to focus on. Okay, so I can see more comments in the chat. So we have Chiedo from Owerri, Imo State. So welcome to today's session. Fantastic. Thank you for taking our time to join this session. You're going to get a lot of value. So Charles is joining from Umuahia, Abia State. Welcome to today's session. Fantastic joining us for today. Prince Will is joining us from Ogun State. So well done. Thank you so much for joining and also responding to my question. Another question before we get started: is it the first time that you're seeing the logo in my background, Tenalytics Business, or you've joined this session a number of times and you're just looking to get value, so to say? If you've joined this session or if you've heard about Tenalytics or Tenalytics Business, please drop a 1 in the chat. If not, please drop a 0. I want to know who the first time comers are so that we can give them their special package. Okay, Prince knows about Tenalytics Business. So, fantastic. Thank you for still joining today's session. I'd love to hear more. If you know you're joining us for the first time, Charles is a newcomer. Very much welcome to today's session. Fantastic having you here. I will be sharing the attendance shortly. So once you have that, please just fill in your details. It's very important so that we can provide you with your special package. Okay, so I can see more coming in. Chiedo, 0. This is the first time you're hearing of Tenalytics Business. So welcome to today's session. I promise you're going to be getting a lot more value today. So I'm looking forward to, continuously interacting with each and every one of you. Raymond has joined our session before, so fantastic. Muritala said he's joining from Lagos. Welcome to today's session. Ajoye is new here. Welcome, Ajoye. So fantastic meeting you. Achibong, this is the first time joining. Absolutely fantastic. Thank you so much for joining today's. You're going to have a fantastic. All right, enough of the pleasantries and let's go into the business of today. So I'm going to go ahead to start sharing my screen. And once you can see it pop up, please let me know. So if you can see my screen, please let me know you can see my screen. So you can see, you just give a thumbs up and I would know you can see my screen. Okay, Prince can see my screen. Akinola, Raymond, Sophia, right, fantastic. Okay, so like I said, today we're going to be cracking codes, not in the real sense of coding, but I feel like a lot of people use basic skills when it comes to the use of Power BI, and there's so many other charts that has not been unlocked using ChatGPT words now. That has not been unlocked when it comes to Power BI, and that's what we're going to be focusing on in today's session. So we're going to be taking you in an advanced level, okay, what you need to be doing when it comes to the use of Power BI. So without missing further time, I'm just gonna go straight into it so we can bring up your facilitator because he has a case study. Like I said, you are getting your hands dirty. Yeah, the session is recorded, Muritala. After the session, if you feel the attendance that is that will be dropping, or if it has been dropped already, you'd have access to the recording. And that's good for each and every one that is on this call today. So quick intro about who is bringing the session to you today. We are called Tenalytics Business. Okay, Tenalytics Business majorly just looks at empowering professionals, organization, and making sure that you have the right tools to carry out your day-to-day activities in your job roles, and also, improve yourself. Okay, before you can actually get that promotion or transition to that new role that you're targeting, you need to measure up in terms of value. And how do you do that? You need to have the necessary skills. Okay, and this is where Tenalytics Business comes in. We have an array of courses. Another thing that we're majorly focusing on is we're not looking to, teach you the basic stuff. Okay, so when it comes to Excel, Power BI, you've been hearing charts, you've been hearing dashboards, but what are the advanced things that you've missed out of? Okay, how can you improve, or how can you sort of streamline your work? Something that takes you about 3 to 4 hours as an analyst, as a data analyst, how can you do it in 5-10 minutes? Okay, that is where the future is going, and you need to jump on that bandwagon. And that is what we bring into you at Tenalytics Business. So we've trained quite a number of organizations, and we always do these educational sessions, every weekend, just so that we can help improve our community on little tasks. And, if they want to take it a step further, we are very much available to help you take your career to the next step. Okay, so that's a lot and a little about Tenalytics Business. And with that, like I mentioned, we're going straight into the business of today. Just so you know, it's very important that you fill the attendance form so that we can continuously provide you with more information when it comes to different tips in AI, data analytics, anything tech related. So it's very, very important that you have that filled. So with that being said, I would love to bring up our facilitator for today. If Joshua is there, I can hear me. This would be a good time to unmute your mic. Hi, Joshua, are you there?
Hi Treasure, how you doing today? Hello everyone. How you doing?
All right, fantastic, fantastic. Joshua is going to be walking you end to end. We have a special case study. So if you have your laptop, if you have your notes, if just make sure that everything is available for you to learn, okay? Because you're going to be getting your hands dirty. And if you miss any of the steps that Joshua has mentioned, not to worry, the class is being fully recorded and you have access to it. All you need to do is fill the attendance form, and then you basically continue to learn, at your own pace. That being said, I'm going to be taking a step back and let Joshua do his thing. Joshua, over to you.
All right, thank you, Treasure. Hello everyone. Good evening once again. It's a pleasure to be here with you on the call. And like my colleague has said, we want to crack some codes in Power BI. Not code per se, but how to build, how to just go from the normal way of our dashboard looks to give us something extraordinary, something magnificent, something that will still deliver the same results but in a different approach. And that's what we're doing in today's section. So I'm going to start by sharing my screen. So please kindly confirm if you're seeing my screen by giving me a thumbs up. If you can see my screen, can you kindly give me a thumbs up? All right, thank you, Prince. Thank you, John. All right, so this is how it's going to work. In case you have any questions, kindly make use of the chat boards. I'm tracking your messages, so I can always answer your question. All right, so let me start by putting this on a slideshow. Yeah, so cracking the code, advanced charting techniques in Power BI. So the idea is, okay, advanced. Okay, what is it that is advanced there? So I'm going to show you today. So this is me. I'm Joshua. I've actually been in this field for quite a while, and I'm a data analyst and also a data scientist. And I'm very professional with tools like SQL, Power BI, Tableau, Excel, and machine learning frameworks. And my background reflects a strong passion for data-driven solution. That is one of the things that actually drive me more into data analytics and data science, because I want solution with data. Then also for problem solving, then empowering others through tech, which I'm currently in. So my experiences encompasses project coach, lead analyst in EdTech, and as a senior data analyst associate at Analytics, I've mentored over 300 aspiring tech professionals across Nigeria, United States of America, United Kingdom, Canada, and beyond. So, what do you have for today? To start with, let me just ask and check. So, I won't assume that if you've used Power BI before, or if you heard about Power BI, you can drop a one in the chat. And if today is the first day you are hearing about Power BI, drop a zero on the chat. So I'll see the, let's say, the comparison into this section. Okay, Ajo Yeshegun one, Afone one, Adelawa one. Okay, let's keep it coming, guys. Let's keep it coming. Prince Will Achibong one. Let's keep it coming. Let's keep it coming. If today is your first time hearing Power BI, can drop a zero on the chat. All right, all right. So with what I have here, I can see that virtually almost every one of us on this call have heard of Power BI before. That's amazing. So you're going to see something very different from the normal dashboard we'll be building over time. And it's very simple, just some clicks and you have your answer. So to go ahead into what we have for today, into the case study, let's just dive around what Power BI is. It's a business intelligence tool. The BI means business intelligence, like business intelligence tool developed by Microsoft that enables users to connect, transform, analyze, and visualize data from multiple sources in an interactive and insightful way. So that's one of the most amazing thing about Power BI, the ability to connect to different sources, to extract the data, transform it, analyze, and visualize it. It's actually make Power BI one of the strongest tools when it comes to analysis. It also allows businesses to create a real-time dashboard and report for data-driven and decision-making. Nobody want to make a mistake of just deciding from their thoughts or their emotions or what they feel like. They want their decision to be data-backed. Yes, they want a decision to be data-backed. So with Power BI, users can integrate live data sources. That was one of the most amazing thing about Power BI. Automate reporting. Have you ever seen Power BI being automated with just one click? Wow. Maybe that will be a story. Maybe that will be another section that we're going to have on this call. With just one click, your Power BI will be automated. You don't need to go back and forth, clean data again. All just need to just click it once. It's going to pick the data from where it is and update it. A dashboard will be updated. Then it's also good for decision making. Decision making, like I say, you just don't want to make decision out of what you think like it should be. So, and also for uncovering patterns and trends through interactive charts, graphs, and KPIs. So, quick benefits. I'm just going to pick this benefit of Power BI to have a quick insight discovery with charts. You can turn your data into charts, into visual patterns, into trends. You can easily spot outliers. You can easily spot trends. You can easily compare your charts and on like that. What about the interactive exploration? Oh my God, with slicers, man. If you're using slicers, you see how you can filter down, drill down, check so many things within just few charts, but it's delivering thousands of information for you. So can you see how powerful Power BI can be? Then also for better storytelling, God is very, very good for storytelling. Like I said, if you click on a particular slicer, you get another side of the story. If you click on another slicer, it concentrates another part of the story and you get other part of the story. What about the real-time monitoring? Like I said, once it's connected to the source and you click on the refresh button, automatically your dashboard updates. And that's one beautiful thing about Power BI. What about comparative analysis? Oh, like waterfall, combo chart, decision tree. You can use all to do a side-by-side comparison. Even with the common one that we do use, the column chart or bar chart. The customizable and scalable is highly scalable. It offers formatting, conditional colors, customs, visuals, so charts can match business branding and complexity. That's one thing about designing a dashboard. You don't want to be working with a particular company and using another color for them. No, it does not work that way. You work with what the company's branding, and that's one of the beautiful thing about Power BI. So in today's case study, there's a company called Miners. They want to have an advanced dashboard reporting, not the common way or the common ones we've been building over the time. So the business case study is advancing dashboard reporting with Power BI. So let me just give us a brief introduction about this company. So Miners Limited operate in competitive global market where real-time insights into sales, cost, and profitability are critical for strategic decision making. So historically, the business relied on basic dashboard, like basic dashboard. I actually highlighted that word, basic dashboard, that provided only surface level reporting. Why this report served as a starting point, they did not offer depth or flexibility needed to keep the pace with fast changing demands of leadership. So the need of transitioning from simple static dashboard into advanced interactive analytics becomes clear as the company sought more dynamic charts and the ability to analyze performance across dimensions such as product, country, time periods, and profitability drivers. So this is the problem statement. Existing dashboards were limited to simple visuals. Leaders lack real-time visibility into performance variation, and also decision making was slow because stakeholders did not have interactive ways to explore the data. So what are the rationale for the data for the project? The first of is what is to improve our reporting, to provide or to improve the maturity of reporting by moving from simple static chart to interactive professional dashboard, then also professional visualization, to provide a professional visualization layout that matches executive expectation and aligns with strategic growth plans. And lastly, customer insight and profitability. So, what's the aim of the project? Things you want to do today. You want to deliver interactive scalable reporting. You want to have an highlight gaps and opportunities. Then also build a future-ready frameworks, not just the old one. That this dashboard, 5 years to come, is still what's standing. So to get the data set, you can see this chart here. This is a globe, was a chart. You're going to be having something like this in our dashboard. So all you just need to do is to click on this globe. Once you click on this globe, the data set is automatically download on your system. You don't need to link it to your browser. It's just download straight down on your system, just like this. So can you see? Once it gets here, downloads, yeah. So it's downloaded now. It's downloaded straight off, minus data set. And we have that. And we have that. So that's all about downloading the data set. You don't need to start looking for how to go about downloading it. Once you click on that globe icon or the globe picture, your dashboard, your data set, download straight down on your system. So look at what we have here. Let me bring this down. So this is the local way, or let me say the dashboard that we're building over time. You can see the map. You can see this particular chart right here, and you can see this one. Do you understand? The star column chart and the bar chart. But see what you want to build. You want to have this particular globe. At least this looks so nice, advanced, and they know that these are professionals working on this project. Then instead of having this particular star column chart, you want to have something like this. Can you see? Something like this. And you can see the, what's it called? Gradient field. Then also, instead of us having these bar charts, we want to have a chart called lollipop chart. This is the lollipop chart. The question is, how do we create lollipop charts on Power BI? So Power BI can also create lollipop charts, and that is it. And also, instead of creating all these KPIs one after the other, we want to use the new features in Power BI to create these KPIs. That it won't even take us time to finish up what you want to do. So this is what they were. This was where they were before, and this is where they are currently. So this is what they want to achieve right now. So they've called us all on the call to build them this beautiful dashboard, and that is what you want to do right away. Okay, so to continue with this, we want to leverage Excel and Power BI. And now Excel is just to store the data set. So the data set is stored in Excel. Then Power BI is the tool we want to use to connect to Excel to extract data and start doing our analysis. Then what are the things that we're going to be doing? The first thing is that we are going to extract the data from the source, transform it, then load it. This is called the ETL process. We extract, we transform the data, then we load it to Power BI desktop, and then we are done for tonight. So any question before we jump into the practical section for tonight? Any question? We have a question. Okay, can we get the URL of the data set? Like I said, the URL is already embedded in this logo. The URL is already embedded in this logo. All you just need to do is just to click on it. Once you click on it, then you will get your data set downloaded. Okay, someone asked the lollipop chart. Wow, what kind of insight would that be? used for, please? Thank you very much, Sophia. That's a very beautiful question. So the same way bar chart or column chart works for comparison, that is the same way lollipop chart works. It's going to like compare what is that it compares trends or monthly trend over a particular value or your product or items or anything. So it's like a comparison. The way you compare with bar chart or column chart, you see the longest bar, the shortest bar, the same way as lollipop chart. And I'm going to be creating that. In fact, that's one of my best charts currently now for when I'm working with Power BI and lollipop chart. Maybe because I like lollipop though. That was just in a lighter mode. So let's jump right straight into Power BI. So this is what we want to build. You can see this is the dashboard right here. This is the dashboard right here. It's highly interactive. And this map is can you see? I can move the map. I can move it around. I can even zoom it into the particular country I want to check at the moment. Let's see. I want to check for Canada. Sorry, United States of America. I can zoom it in. You can see. Then even if it is what's it called? Let's just check an African country. If it is African continent I want to, though the data set we have does not span across Africa. So can you see the map of Africa right there? So I can easily zoom in, zoom out, then even check the data set, zoom in and see more information about it. If it's France, you can see I'm zooming into France. I'm zooming into France and I can see that, okay, this is France. So these are beautiful things you can do with this particular chart we want to work with. Okay, someone says, sorry, boss, I missed out to get the data. What will I type to? You don't need to type anything. So just fill the attendance sheet. You're going to get the slide. Okay, you don't need to type anything. All you just need to do is to click on this globe icon. I can already have it here. Click the globe to access the data set. So once you click on this, the data set downloads directly into your system. So I believe you get that. So kindly fill the attendance sheet to get access to the recording and resources that we're going to be using in this section. All right, so let's jump straight down to business. We already have the data set downloaded. Then the first thing to do is to open your Power BI. So I want to open a new Power BI. So we have to go, all I have to do is just to go to your system, then locate Power BI and open it up. Once you open it up, click on blank report. So I just started mine by clicking on blank report. So let's wait for it to load up. Okay, it's loading. It's loading. Just give it some seconds. So any other question? So for those who are asking about the data set, just click on the globe icon, then you have the data set. So this is loading. Let's just give it. So okay, now my Power BI is opened. I have my Power BI opened. This is our Power BI desktop. These are our L tabs, and this is the ribbon. This is the canvas where I'm going to be building the chart. These are my visual parents, and right here is where my data will reside. So these are what we want to do in today's section. Another thing I would like to call our attention to is that we are going to be making use of two other charts. If you can see my mouse right now, you can see my mouse, you can see that I have something here called Activity Gauge by Power Viz and also Maps. This is what I use for that's curved, or let me say circular bar chart. Why this is what I use for the map. So how will you get this? It's simple. All you need to do is you see this icon, these three dots, it's called ellipse. If you click on it, you see get more visuals. Once you come here, click on get more visuals, then it will load up all that visuals that you don't know that are even existing in Power BI. When I got to know about this, I was like, wow. So these are all the visuals that actually exist in Power BI. Though some actually require license, while some can actually require to make use of the 50% of what they can achieve, then maybe you get the license to it, like premium access to it. So once you go there, just have to just scroll down. So the I'm going to be using, I already have mine installed. So you want to just do yours like that. So we're going to be using maps. Maps should be close by. So this is the map we are using. PBI consultant. Also, once you click on this map, it's going to open up a page again where you're going to get this particular visual on your Power BI. So let's wait for it to load. Let's wait for it to load. It shouldn't take any longer from now. All right. So once you get here, all you need to do is just click on add. So once you click on add, I can't do it again because I already have it on my own Power BI desktop. So once you click on add right here, yeah, it will definitely come straight down to Power BI desktop and import itself into your visual tools, and that is where you can start working with it. Then you see it here imported into your visual tools. And once you have it imported into your visual tool, then you're good to go. Okay, someone, do you have to pay for more visuals? No, these are free. I'm not paying. It's your Power BI free version. Power BI is free. Yeah, it's free. So except you want to use Power BI service, that's when you can start, getting to subscribe. But this is free, entirely free. All I'm doing is entirely free. So the same thing you do for your activity gauge by Power Viz. So look for activity gauge by Power Viz, then add it also, then you have it on your visualization tool pack here. So I already have mine installed. I already have mine there. So now let's start by connecting to the data source. Okay. All right. So because of time, trust me, sorry, I didn't get that name. Because of time, trust me, this particular video is recorded, so you can go through it over and over and over again. Do you understand? So in case you miss up any step, just be patient, watch me as I do it. Then once you have the record, then you cannot try it. But pen down your question and let's keep asking the question. I love the way the questions are coming in. All right, so Ogunlolu, I guess you get that. He said, Remy said, I cannot see what you are doing on Power BI. Okay, can you see it now, Remy? Maybe it's a network glitch from your hand. If you can, let me know if you can see it. So now I'm currently on my Power BI desktop. So we need to connect to the data source. And that's me going to get data. I believe you all know what this icon works for. It is used to connect to what? To multiple sources. So our data set is actually stored in Excel workbook. So if I click on Excel workbook, then it will load my file repository. My recent one though, mine was saved on my download. Yours could be on desktop, another person can be on document. It depends on where you save yours. So because I already have mine, I clicked that icon like multiple times. I already have it stored or saved on my system like 4 times. So yours should just be like 1. So I don't have a lot of what data sets dancing all around your folder, your repositories. So I just click on this and open it up. So once I open it up, oh, sorry about that. You might want to zoom your screen. If there's a way you can put your screen on full mode, put your screen on full screen mode so that you can see it more clearer. Okay. So now you have, once you connect, it's going to open this navigator pan. So this is our navigator pan. This is where the extraction is taking place. So I want to extract that data. You've connected to the source, it has brought out what's inside that sheet. So I want to extract it. So to extract it, just click on this sales data, check this box. Make sure you check the box. If you only click on the name, it will only show you the preview, but your load and transform icon won't be working. All you need to do is to check the box. Check the box. Then we are not loading directly because we still want to do a bit of transformation, like cleaning the data set. Though this data set is not that dirty, but we just have to standardize certain things, remove duplicates, check the data types, all of those things. If there are need for us to trim, let's trim. If there need for us to clean some things, let's just do it and check it. So that's why I'll be clicking on transform data. I'll now click on transform data. So once I click on transform data, it's going to open up my Power Query editor where the transformation is being made or done. This is where we're going to transform our data set, clean it up, make it ready for analysis purpose. So you just don't load data like that, except if you've cleaned the data in another tool. Maybe you clean the data in Excel, you don't want to do the visuals in Power BI, you can load directly. But if you know there is a raw data, you need to transform it first. So for me, the first I always love to check for any of my qualitative data set, that is text, any data set that is in text. You also have ABC that are in text. What I love to do is I always love to confirm if there are no leading or trailing spaces or unwanted spaces. I always love to check if there are no inconsistency in case, like having uppercase, lowercase, and all the likes, except it's an abbreviated word. Like you can see SMB is meant to be in capital letter because it's an abbreviated word. USA now, this USA is wrong. It's meant to be in capital letter. So we're going to be standardizing all of those things. So I'm going to do that right away. So what I'm going to do is that I'll click on the entire column A, of column 1 to column 4, from segment to customer type. So all I just have to do is to click on segment, then long press my shift and click on customer. So automatically it selects all. Oh, sorry about that. That's one limitation about Power BI when presenting. It can be zoomed, but you can always put your screen on full screen mode, guys. Please put your screen on full screen mode. You might want to remove all those if you have maybe the what's it called, the videos or the attendance of people in class. You might just want to shift those someone to one side and increase your or put your screen on full screen mode. So I click on the first column, long press shift and click on customer type. Then every of those columns are already selected. Then I'll go to transform. Sorry, I'm currently on home. I'll still go to home. So under my home, though it's under transform, then okay, let's go to transform. I think it's under transform. So I'll go to transform. You see this icon called format. Let's work with formats first. So let's click on format. The first one is I want each letter to be capitalized. Each word, sorry, to be capitalized. That's the proper case. I'll use that. Then also, I want to trim in case there are unwanted space in my column. I want to trim it off. So that is done. So we notice that SMB and USA, they're actually meant to be in capital letter. So what I just need to do right there is just to use replace values. So I'll click on segment, which is the first column, go to replace values and ask it to replace the SMB I'm having currently. That's capital S, small m and small b with capital S, capital M and capital B. That's cool. Then I'll click on OK. Then you notice that it has been replaced back to SMB in capital letter. I'll also do the same thing for my country, USA. I'll just go to replace values. So once I go to replace values, I'll also replace capital U, small s, small a with capital USA. Then I'll also click on OK. Then that is done. Then I'm certain that the 4 columns are perfectly formatted and they are all in text data type. Can you see this ABC at this corner shows that they're in text data type? Now for units sold, normally this data set is already telling us that something is actually odd here. How we tell them that units sold is in decimal number? That's not possible. So the first thing I would like to do is what? Just to go to my transform tab and go to rounding. Then I'll round up. So automatically it's going to change to whole number. I've rounded it up, it's going to change to whole number. Then let's check other things that we need to work with. From manufacturing price all the way down to profit, they are meant to be in currency or fixed decimal number as Power BI calls it. So all I have to do is to click on manufacturing price column, then long press shift and click on profit. Once I do that, I also go to my home tab or under my transform, you can also see it. You see data type. So I'll click on the drop down and I'll select fixed decimal number. Select fixed decimal number. Then that has been formatted to what? To fixed decimal number. Now this is my profit margin. I'll leave it like this because I would have loved to change the percentage, but whenever I want to do the KPI, it won't give me the exact number that I want. So I would still like to leave it as this, as a decimal number. Then date, this is correctly formatted. Month number is correctly formatted. Month name and year, they are all correctly formatted. So the last thing I would like to check for is for duplicates. And to check for duplicate, all I have to do is just to click on any of the cell in the data set. Any of the cell, I can click on these, can click on any value. Click on any value, yeah, then press Ctrl A. Once you press Ctrl A, all the values in that table or in that data set has been selected. So then I'll go to home, I'll go to remove rows and I'll remove duplicates. So if there are duplicates, then they will be removed. So that is that about that. So I'm done cleaning my data. My data is cleaned. I can now go ahead to start building the dashboard. So how will I go back to Power BI desktop? I know that a lot of us on this call already know that, but nevertheless, this is what you're going to do. You go and click on close and apply. So once you click on close and apply, can you see that there are pending changes in your query that haven't been applied? Apply changes or discard changes. So currently is applying, and that's what you're seeing on my screen right away. So it's loading the sales data set in our Power BI desktop. So you've left Power Query Editor. Now we are currently with Power BI desktop, where the dashboard and every other thing will be built. So that's where we want to do every other thing in this section. And trust me, this shouldn't take us more than 10 to 15 minutes, then we are done building the dashboard. Yeah, 10 to 15 minutes, then you are done building the dashboard. So to start with, what I always love to do is to also to first of all check for my Canvas page. Is it okay? Is this fine? Is this the color I want to use? Is it properly formatted? All of those things I want to check. So I'll just go to my what? To format your visuals or format a report page, which is here. I'll click on it. Then I'll go to Canvas background. Actually, I have a background color that I want to use, which is purple. Okay, the purple is already here. I've already seen the purple color. This purple right here. So I'm picking that. So you won't see it, trust me. Why? Because the transparency at the moment is currently at 100%. That means so transparent. You can't even have a glitch, a flint of that color. So all you need to do is just reduce the transparency to 0. Then you have your purple color. Then you are good. Yeah, trust me, you're good. So now the canvas already has its own background color. So there's something I also love to check whenever I'm working with canvas. I always love that my vertical alignment is at the middle. It's at the middle, and the reason is because so I'll be able to see the upper part of my dashboard and the lower part of my dashboard. This is actually just personal to me, because if it's at the top, it will be syncing with this tab color, and I really don't want to have something like that. So I want to have something to distinct it from it. So I always love to put it at the middle. And then what else? So now I want to start bringing in things I want to build. So to make this section very fast, I'll just create the structure first. I'll create the structure. Then after I'm done with creating the structure, then I'll just start putting in those charts, those visuals, one after the other. So to start with, we need to have the title of the dashboard. Yeah, sorry, the title of the dashboard. As you can see here, let me just open it up. As you can have it here, it's called Miners Performance Dashboard. So I want to start with the title of the dashboard. So I would like to create the title of the dashboard by inserting something called text box. So I'll go to my home tab, then I'll go straight down to text box right here. You can see it right here when my mouse is hovering on. Now I'll click on text box. Then you can see it automatically bring it up. So I want to adjust this text box to fit into what I want. So I want it to take over almost every part of that upper part. So just leave it like this. This is text box, and I will definitely type in the name. So minus performance. So this is very tiny, but I'm going to increase the font. Minus performance dashboard. Minus performance dashboard. This is very tiny. So all I have to do is what? To press Ctrl A to select everything, then increase the font size. So I'm going to be using something around 32, 36. Let's see how 36 looks like. 36 is not bad. Yeah, it's not bad. Trust me. Then I'll make it bold. I'll bolden it. Then what else? I just want to have a bit of okay. Let's just have it closer to that part. Then the color. So I will still be using the color for my background for every of my text. That's what I want to do. The color of the background for every of my text. You see the difference in it now. So I'm using the color of my background for my text. Or I actually want to use something brighter, a bit brighter than this, because this seems too dark. This seems too dark. So let's just try and work on something brighter. So I'll just go back to the font color. Now go to more colors. Then just use something brighter, not that purple, not that, something brighter around this place. Then I just click on OK. Yeah, this is perfect. This is perfect. So I can still see that this is actually a purple color. So other things I would like to do on this chart is that I would just like to quickly format the shape of that text box. And to format the shape of the text box, I'll go to my general, go to effects. Then the background is white. I want the background to be white. Perfect. Then the visual borders, I will turn it on. Then give it a rounded corners of 12. Then I'm cool with that. And rounded corner of 12. So you can see the rounded corners now is there. So I already have my title already done. So minus performance dashboard. Another thing I want to have is that I'm going to be having 2 slicers inside this text box. So I need 2 slicers. So I'll just bring in the slicers. My slicer, this is it right here. Sorry. This is my slicer right here. So I'll bring it in. So it's actually look like I said it's too big. Just adjust the width and the height of your slicer. Then I'll bring it inside this place. So I just want it to be at the center. want to be at the center, something like this. So I need two of these, just two of these. Just need two of these. So for now, I will just create one and duplicate it. So I want to have my, okay, let's see what do we have in the slicer. Let's check our dashboard again. Okay, we have the cutter and also the product. Okay, thank you. Cutter and product. That's what I want to have in the slicer. So I'll just open up my data set. Then I'll click on product. This is my product name. Put it on the field box here, or you come and drop it right inside the slicer anyway. Either you put it right here or you drop it inside the slicer, anyone. So I have it right, I have it like this, which is cool. So it's loading up. Let's wait for it to finish loading. So I have it like this, but that's not the end goal. So let me just format this a bit before I now come back to it. Let me just give it the general format. The general format, which is to turn on the visual borders and increase the rounded corners to 12. Oh, perfect. So I'll just duplicate this. I'll duplicate this. That's Control C, Control V. Then I'll just put it by the side. So I'll just put it by the side. So let's leave this like this. Let's leave this like this. Let's leave this like this. So though I don't want this, there's some, so it's like once I click on the chart, you won't see the slicer, but if you click outside, the slicer is back. So another thing I would like to do, I'd just like to bring it to front. So select both, then go to formats, then bring forward or bring to front. So I already have it like that. So another thing I would like to do is my KPIs. So the KPI now, I don't want something that will take me time. I just want to build all the KPIs once and for all. So the KPIs, I'm going to be using these new card views. Can you see card new? Once I click on card new, I'll just put it right here. So on this card new, that's where I'm going to be creating all my KPIs, all the 5 KPIs that we have in that chart. This way I'm going to be creating it. So let me use Format Painter to edit it or just drop it on it. Yes, so it's actually done. So I already have my KPI. My KPIs will be created right inside this particular, what's it called, slicers. Then also we want to have the map. So I'm going to bring in the map right now. So just drop it inside. Can you see here is the map? So I just want to create a structure. Then once I'm done creating that structure, then we'll start imputing all our charts. So this is the map. I'll just bring it down a bit. This is the map. So we have 2 more charts there that I want to include. The map. Then after the map, the gauge also, the activity gauge. I also want to bring that in likewise. I'll bring the activity gauge. So it seems as if it's covering all the page. So also adjust that also. I will adjust it also. So while I adjust that, let me just create some gap between it. This is perfect. This is looking great. Then the last one is our donut chart. So I'll be using line chart to create a donut chart. I'll be using line chart to create a donut chart. That sounds amazing, right? I'll be using line chart to create a donut chart. So we're almost done. So this is what we want to have. So this is the end result of what we want to have. So I've already created like a mock-up. So you just have to start inserting everything I need to insert inside that mock-up. So to start with, let's first of all finish up with our slicer. Let's go back to our slicers. Then I'll go to format your visuals. Format your visual. Then my slicer settings. I want it to be drop down. I want the product to be drop down. Then I want the slicer header to be in purple color. Then I want to be using Sego UI bold. Sego UI semi-bold. Then the font color should be purple. That same purple. Then also, let's give it the background color. I think a background color won't be bad. Of that same purple color. Okay, purple will sync too much. So let's just go straight down to values. Let's give it that same purple color. Or let's use white for the chart. Then for the background, we're going to use purple. We're going to use purple for the background. Yes. Okay, great one. So you are getting there. Then I think every other thing looks good. I just want to make it bold. So if I click on the drop down, I'll see the items here, the products here. That's what I want to achieve. Therefore, this one, I want to have quarters. First quarter, second quarter, and third quarter. So I'll just go back to the chart itself. I will take off these products and go to my date Can you see my date column? Click on this drop down. You see something called date hierarchy. Click on the drop down again. You see something called quarter. So just check my quarter, drop it on field. Then I have my quarter one, quarter two, quarter three. But then this, I don't want it to be like this. I want it to be like tiles. There's something called tile. So go back to your slider settings. Instead of having a vertical list, I'll select tile. So I have quarter one, two, three. I want it to reach 4. Just extend this a bit. That's a bit. I have 4. Yes, I have 4 now. Then I'll just edit it. I want my selection. My selection is okay. I want the slider header also to be on. Then what else do we need? We need it to be in Sego UI bold. Sego UI semi bold. Then let's have it in purple color. Then let's now work on the background itself for the values. So value also should be in purple color. Then let's make it bold. Then the background for that also, let's change it to purple. Let's change it to purple. Okay, so let's make the chart white. Then let's make the font color white. Yes, something like this. Okay, awesome. So we are going to somewhere. We are almost there. We are going somewhere. So let's take off. There's something I'm not comfortable with that line we're having. Let's just take it off. So it depends on you do. For me, I don't want to have it. So I just go back to my effect where I have my visual borders. I will take off the line. I'll just reduce it to 0. Or probably just make it white. Just make it white instead. Then also come here, make it white. Can you see that it's gone? So I'll just make it white. Then awesome. So the next thing is just to work on our KPIs right here. So the KPIs, I want to have total sales. So first of all, click on it. I want to have total sales in it. I want to have total cost of goods sold. I want to have, sorry, it should be right here. Total cost of goods sold should be inside the data still. I also want to have what's total profits on the seat, my total profit. Then also the percentage profits margin. So this shouldn't be sum. I'll just make this like average. Okay. Then what else do we need to put there? Then we need total units sold also. Total units sold. So I have 5 KPIs arranged inside my data pan. So it's look like, see, you're just saying it's too long. Can you see? We're going to adjust that right away. So what we need to do is, first of all, go to your format, your visuals, go to layouts. We want it to be single rows, and the maximum count should be 5. Can you see? I've adjusted it 5. So maximum count shown should be 5. Then the background. Well, you can leave the background as white, or probably you can just do something different from what you have in the chart. You can just make it purple likewise. You want to have something like this. Then also for the colored values, let's work on the colored values. For all the series, we want everything to be around 30. 45 is too much. Let's make it 30. That is one. Let's change the font to Sego UI bold. Let's change the font to Sego UI bold. So if you have questions, please ask. I know this section is interesting. So let's change to Sego UI bold. The color also, let's make it purple. Remember, that's the color we are using. Then there are things that are still going to change. I want it to be center aligned. So I'll put it to the center. The alignment should be in the center. Very good. So you're not there yet. What about the labelings? Now, the labelings, okay, let's leave the labeling like that. Or let's just do something. Let's make the labeling come down. The labelings, okay, let's change it to purple likewise. Let's make it bold, but let's make it come down. Let's say below value. I always love it to be below my values. Okay, so that is that about that. Another thing is that I don't like the way the names are. Some of this, some of that, average of this, average of that. So I'll just go back to my add data to your visual pan to go and change it. So I'll just double click on this, take off that sum of, change it to total. Then also do the same thing for cost of goods sold. Double click on it. Once you double click on it, take off the sum of, change it to total. Then also for profit, you're going to do the same thing for profit. Take off the sum of and change it to total. Then this one is just going to be percentage profit margin. So let's just take off the sum of average of. percentage profit margin, then this should be what? Total units sold. Total units sold. Total units sold. Then we are good. Then we are good. So, but we're not completely good yet because we need to what? To make sure that all these decimal number are actually treated correctly. So just go to what? Once you click on the chart, go to general. That's what we're going to do it. This time around, you just go to your data format. So for everything, now for total sales, I want it to be in dollar formatted as currency. Then other thing I want is that I want it to be in one decimal place. Perfect. Then I will do the same thing for the remaining four. So I want my total cost of goods sold to also be in currency, and I want it to be in one decimal place. Perfect. So I'll do the same thing for total profit. So can you see? I'll just click on currency and let it be in one decimal place. Then profit margin is cool. I want my profit margin to be cool. Then O number, this should be in O number. That's total units sold or units sold. Yeah, should be in O number. O number. Then let's say I just want it to be in one decimal place, something like that. So perfect. So we already have our KPI cleaned and done. So the next thing is we want to work with this chart, the map. I know a lot of us want to see. Yes, I can. Yes, format printer can definitely work. Format printer can definitely work, but there's certain things that format printer won't do because the chart does not look alike. So let's quickly work on this map. So first off, let me use format printer to bring the edges. So it has been dropped there. So I'll just on this particular chart, which is the map, I'll click on it. Once I click on that map, then it requires me to impute my location. My location is the country. So I just drag my location, drop it on country, and you see what you're going to see. Can you see what you have right now? So simple. So simple. Then the country we have here, can you see the country has been highlighted? Canada, US, then Mexico, we have France, and also we have Germany. So that is that. But then I want to have variation of colors. So let me just drop for the color value. I can just put because I want to see what the value will bring, like a tooltip. I just put my values here. Color value, I'll put this. So it looks like it's changed, but don't worry, I'm still going to edit this. Black, like shade of black. Can you see the gradient fill over here? We are not there yet. So let's go to format your visual page, format your visual. Yeah. So let's first start with map projection. The map color, I want it to be this purple, something like this. Yes, that's what I did. Then the border lines, I want it to be black, something distinct, something that I can see very well. Black. Very good, very good. So you're getting somewhere. Then also the empty area should be in shaded or in this particular color. The projection is okay. You don't need to change anything in the projection. The interaction too is okay. But for the colors, now you change it from value to individual because I want to have an individual color. So automatically it actually fixes a color for me for individual color. But you might not be satisfied. You might want to have a shade of color. But for the case of this class, because so that it won't take our time, let's just leave it like this. But if you want to change your color, just go to individual shape color. Then you can change the color for Canada, change the color for France, for Germany, for US, and for Mexico. You can change that color like that. Then also, what else can we do right here? You can also work on the title. So I just go back to general. I'll go to title, and inside my title, I'll just change this sum of to total. I want it to be total sales by country. That is one. After that, I'll go to this place, change it to Sego UI bold. Then I like to always put at the center. It depends on you. Yours can be at the left or right. I want mine to be at the center. Then also the color is going to be what? It's going to be black. Purple, not black. So that has been done. So for this, what I want right here is that it's going to ask you for the actual value, the category, the measure, the target. So this data set actually has a target, which is like the gross sales, and the measure, which is the actual value, and that's the revenue. So there's a particular target we actually aim at, but we now had this, we had a particular figure. So we want to see the difference between those with respect to product. So this is what we're just going to do. For the categories, that is for your qualitative data, drop your product there. You understand? Now for measure, that's the actual, or that's the value that we got. Y for, can you see the way that thing just did now? Y for what is it called? For target, I'm going to put my gross sales there. That's actually the actual sales, but the expected sale is our profit, is our sales or revenue. So I'm looking for the gross sales. Okay, this is the gross sales over here. So I'll drop it on my target. So I have something like this. But this is not where we are going. We still need to format this in a better way. So I just click on this setting icon, advanced settings. Once I click on advanced settings, it's going to open up this page for me. And this is where I'm going to do everything I want to do. This is where I'm going to do everything I want to do. So to start with, the first thing is like the gauge option. Do you like it like this or do you want it to be like this? Depends on how you want yours to be. If you apply, you can see, or you want it to be like this, anyhow you want it to be, depends on how you feel your data should look like. So my target now, the target is that is it the maximum value I want or the sum of value? I want it to be sum of value. So target, let's see how it's going to look like. So if sum of value will look like this, or if you want yours to be, I want mine to be by field. How would it look like? So you can see like a total of 100%. This is not actually making sense. But let's see another one, other option. You can actually customize one for yourself. But then you can also click on, let's just pick on maximum of all values. Maximum of all values. Then the data color, this is where the data color comes in. I love using gradients. So I just click on gradient. Now pick on the maximum. I want that purple color that I've been using. Then apply it. For my minimum color, I want something around a lighter, a faint shade of that particular color of this purple. So I'll just come here. I'm going to pick a faint shade of purple. Then I'll click on OK, then apply it. Then you have something like this. You have something like this. So you're not done yet. The other things you need to do, the labels, if you want to change the labels, say UI bold. I want to change the text color to black. I change it to black. So it's going to look like this. Apply. Then what else? The font, everything is cool. Just apply it. Then you can see. Then also sorting, everything is good. The centers, if you want to put something at the center, you can always put it there. Then conditional formatting, every other things. You can even change this to dark mode. You can even change to dark mode depending on how you want yours to be. So I'm comparing. So I don't want to see this full. This laptop shouldn't be full. So I'll just go back to my gauge option. Then I'll click on this. Then I'll click on okay. Let's click on apply. Let's see how this will look like. So this is pretty perfect. So this is if I hover my mouse on it, the sum of sale, the sum of gross sales is actually meant to be 17.79, but we had 16.65. So on and on like that, you see it, and you can see that shaded portion. You can see that shaded portion also. Then let me check something. I think there's certain thing that you can actually do again for that part. Let's see if it is okay. Let's see something. There's sum of all values. There's something I need. Okay, out of if you have something like this and apply it. Okay, that's cool. So let's just go back to where we had before and change it back to our target back to maximum for field. Apply. Good. Good. So all of these, you need to understand how it works. If you want to have an entire arc fully covered, you have this. If you want to have a semicircle, you have this, on and on like that. But because of time, I'll just quickly pick the one that works best for us. All right. So you've done this. Let's just go back to our report. Then you see it fixed into our report right away. So it's coming up. It is already fixed into our report. So all you have to do right now is just to change the title of your text. Go to general, go to title, then call this total sales, and what? And gross sales. And gross sales. That's perfect. Then remember, this is semi-bold or bold. Then this is meant to be in purple color. Then you will align this to the center. Then we've done that. So one thing that we've not done is there's actually a tradition in our chart. We noticed that our chart, almost all of our chart is having the curve, the rounded curve. So let's just impute the rounded curve into one after the other. Though we could have actually used Format Painter, but let's check Format Painter out. Let's just drop at the tip. Okay, Format Painter is not working for this particular one at the moment. So let's just go ahead and use the normal way of just doing it. So effect, that just go to your visual borders, turn it on, turn on your visual borders. Then the next thing is to put it on 12, rounded corners on 12. Yes. So let's see if this will work also for the next one. Let me pick the Format Painter right here. Pick Format Painter, then drop it right here. Okay, this is also not accepting Format Painter. You just turn on the visual borders and increase it to 12. Yeah, fine. So the last one is now to build the lollipop chart. So lollipop chart, like I said, is the line chart. We're going to be using line chart to build our lollipop chart. Line chart to build our lollipop chart. So it's just like working like our normal comparison, like bar chart and column chart. So for the lollipop chart, we want the month to be on x-axis and the sales to be on y-axis. So you're going to have this like a line chart. You're going to have a line chart. But no worries, we are going there. We are getting there. So the next thing to do is inside our our data, just click on this triple dots and click on new measures. We need something called lower bound. So once just write a very simple measure. So measure is like just like a calculated an aggregate section. So we're going to type lower bound. We need a lower bound, and I will show you the reason why we need that lower bound. Lower bound equals to 0. Sorry, equals to 0. Now press enter. Then I have that created. So you can see now that inside this data set, I already have my lower bound created now. So I need this lower bound. So after creating the lower bound, the next thing to do is to go to a place that is called what? And I'll add further visuals or further analysis. So once you click on this third one, I will go to my error bars. So this is where we want to do the whole thing. Once I go to my error bars, the first thing to do is to enable it. After it has been enabled, my upper bound, the reason why I created a lower bound because I need a lower bound here. So my upper bound is going to be my sales. Drag your sales into the upper bound. While my lower bound is the 0 that we created. That's the origin. So you have this line. So after that, you go straight down to the bars. Inside the bar, I want a color around. Let me see a lighter shade of that purple. Then see something around this color. I have that color. Then the width, I want to use 10 for the width. Oh, 10 is too much. Let's reduce it around maybe 6. 5 is okay. So 5 for the width. Then I don't need this border. So I can reduce it to 0. So once I'm done with that, I can leave this particular section and go back to format your visuals. And that's where the remaining works will be done. So let's start from the line. So I will turn off the line. The line is gone. Can you see? I turn it off. The line is gone. Then I don't have anything to do with the line. But there's something called marker. I'll go to my marker and turn it on. So I turned off line. I turned on my marker. So what I need to do right now is I will select the type. I want it to be like a ball. Can you see? Or a bulb. Then I will now increase the font size of that bulb. Can you see? I can increase to something around 15 or 14 is okay. Or let's make it 13 so it won't be too much. And that's how I've created my lollipop chart. Just as simple as that. Then all I just need to do is just change the color. Change the color. This purple is too dark. Sorry. It's too dark. Let's just make use of a beautiful shade of purple. Let's make use of a beautiful shade of purple from this place. Something around here. Yeah, this is cool. So these are lollipop charts. All I just need to just do is what? To format my chart. Okay. This really not accepting Format Painter. So that means you have to quickly do it manually. So next thing is just what? To go to x-axis. Okay, my x-axis, I need the values, but nevertheless, let them come out in purple color. And let's make it bold. Then let's increase. Okay, I think it's okay like that. But I don't want the title. Everybody know that January to December is month, so I'm going to turn off the title. Then for my, what's it called again? For my y-axis, all I just want to do is right there is just to change. I don't want the value. Turn it off. I don't want the title. So the question is, how are we going to know that this is the value? I'm going to use data labels. So I'll just scroll down to where my data labels are. I will turn it on. Then format my data labels. I want to put it above. Then also, I also want to work on the value itself. Change the color to purple, make it bold, then increase the font if I need to increase it. So yes. So with this, I've been able to create my lollipop chart. So all I just need to work on is the title of my chart, and I'll call it total sales by month. Total sales by month. Then change it back to Sego UI bold. Sego UI bold, change the color to purple and bring it to the center. And with this, we've created the dashboard. With this, we've created the dashboard, which is from the way we used to create it into another beautiful way of creating our dashboard. So I just want to work on the, okay, let's just use this for the format painter. Yeah, awesome. So I have it here. I just have to edit this again. Just go to the title, bold. Then it's even put it as bold. UI is able to do that for me. Then purple color. Then you put it at the center. Then I'm done creating my dashboard. So can you see? This is different from we used to create our dashboard. So this is the dashboard created right away. So before I take question, the link is not good. The link is not good, not here. I don't get that, Omawumi. I want to type that question again. Or do you mean that the link is not going? So one beautiful thing about this is that I can, like I said, I can zoom in into US. Can zoom into any country I want. Let's say I want to work with Africa. I can zoom into Africa. Use Nigeria. You're connecting us from this map of Nigeria here. I think you have a data set here. You're going to see, and it's highly interactive. Everything is interactive. Like if I click on headset, you see the interactiveness across board. Can you see? If I click on keyboards, you see. If I click on, can you see how all these are just changing? And this is marvelous. If I click on the first quarter, you should have January to March. Can you see? If I click on the second quarter, this is what we have. Can you see? On the third quarter. So this is amazing. This is amazing. So instead of us having this kind of chart, let me show us again. Instead of us having this kind of chart or this kind of dashboard, let me bring it up. So of us have this kind of dashboard right here. Instead of us having this traditional way of building our dashboard just like this, can you see? Instead of us having this particular kind of dashboard, see what we just built. See what we just built in class. And this is marvelous. This is marvelous. So that'll be all. That'll be all from my head. Thank you, guys. So questions? Okay. Abdullahi Umar, I have your hand raised. Okay. All right. So that is how we just created that beautiful and engaging dashboard. Like, this is an advanced dashboard. And some of these things you may not know that it actually exists in Power BI until you attend sections like this and you do your own research. All right. Thank you very much, everyone, for having me. So, Treasure, I'd like to hand over back to you.
Fantastic. Please, I love the images. You all learned a better way to create a fantastic looking dashboard. Imagine you're presenting to a board of directors. Would you prefer the traditional or would you prefer this new method? Please type it in the chat. Okay, which of them do you prefer? One for the traditional old method, two for the new method. Please, let's have that. Let's have that. Which of the dashboard do you prefer? Let's have that in the chat. Let's have that. Two, Afanya said two. The new method. Nobody likes that dainty old, style of doing things. Everybody likes this new version. This lollipop, even I am taking that trick. It is a fantastic one, Joshua. I think this is an amazing looking dashboard. It's very visually appealing. So aesthetic to look at, and the fact that it's also very interactive. Thank you, Joshua. At this point, we can take questions. We give about 5 minutes. Does anyone have any particular question in regards to this before we move over to the next aspect of the session? If you do, now would be a good time to ask your question. Are there any questions? Fantastic. Joshua, you're an amazing teacher. No questions at all. I
Wow,
guess if
that's
you also
good.
have questions, two people at the same time. All right, Abdullahi. Sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong. I'm going to give you access to unmuting your mic so you can ask your question. So please go on. Abdullah, are you there?
Hello,
You're
can you hear me?
muted. Yeah, we can hear you now. Please go on.
Okay. Thank you so much for the opportunity. A fantastic presentation. Please, I would like to know the physical location because honestly speaking, I'm superb with these lectures. If I may have a physical contact with this dashboard learning, I will really appreciate and I will be very glad to join the class wherever, especially if I am close by. Not even if I'm not close by, but at least my location is Abuja. I don't know
Mm.
if you are in Abuja. Please, I would like to know your physical locations. Uh, honestly, to join this class because the method of teaching is like, in fact, very simple, very. In fact, the lecturer is away some knows how to teach someone very well and understand. So this is my questions. If I can have a physical contact, please let me know so that I can just prepare myself and join. Thank you so much.
All right, Abdullah. Fantastic. I think that's part of my second presentation, but we're just jumping right into it. So Tenantics business, most of the staff are spread across Nigeria and across the globe. So majority of our classes is pretty much in this format. Okay, so it's virtual. You have access to the facilitator, which is Joshua. So we would walk you through the process end to end. The classes are recorded. You have lifetime access to these recordings. Okay, we have open programs that are starting in October, so you can always join in for that. The class is about 100,000 naira discounted price for generative AI for data analytics. So it covers both data analytics itself, in terms of Excel, Power BI, how to create advanced looking dashboard using different techniques, how to use AI to do some of these dashboards as well. But primarily, to answer your questions, we don't have a physical location at the moment. Our classes are 100% virtual, but the way it's structured is it's done over the weekend. So even if you're a working professional, like you wouldn't need to, it doesn't affect your job, it doesn't affect anything in regards to that. Classes would only be Saturdays and Sundays. And on Saturdays, it's at a very comfortable time between 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. And then on Sundays, it is 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. So you'll be done with whatever activities you have on Sundays, and then you come into class. So that's usually the modalities for this. And like I mentioned, price is about 100,000 naira for the class, and you have the opportunity to pay in 2 installments. This is just the tip of the iceberg, and you see that it was done in less than, let's say, an hour or so to create this dashboard. There is so much more for you to uncover when it comes to creating dashboard, how to use AI to do certain things. This dashboard took Joshua 1 hour. We can get it done between 5 to 7 minutes in the same process. Okay, so that's the use of AI, and that's where the world is getting to. But unfortunately, we don't have a physical location. But you can join us virtually, and you'd have access to the recording for life. Abdullahi, I hope that answers your question.
Yeah. It answers my questions, and I'm glad to join. And
Okay.
unfortunately, I did not. This class doesn't started with me, so maybe again, if you can share um, the beginning of the
Recording.
class, the
Yeah.
recording, so that it will help me to go through. And maybe you say the class will start when the commencement of the class.
October 11th. That's when the next class is starting.
October 11th. Okay.
Yes, yes,
So
yes. So
you can send the link for the registration and everything to the WhatsApp group so that we can just do
yeah,
it when
absolutely.
times come. Thank you.
Yeah. All right. Thank you. So, Abdullah, just to confirm, I hope you fill the attendance form because that's what gives you access to the material, resources, and if you have like any other further information is based off the attendance. So, I'm just going to share that again in the chat. So, if anyone that wants the resources, please just go ahead to fill in the attendance, and then we would proceed with that. So I'm just going to take a question from the chat. Remy is asking, how do I get the data set? The data set is embedded in the slide. So when we are sharing the recording of this session, we'll also be sharing the slide that we used. And if you go to the globe, if you watch the recording, you see where Joshua is saying, click on the globe to get access to the data set. So once you click on it, you have access to the data set. Not this particular globe. Where he was giving the case study, there is a globe that you need to click on. Joshua, if you can stop sharing your screen so I can share mine. Okay, yeah, he's sharing it. So click the globe to access the data set, and that's where you get the data set.
Please, how can I register? How can I know that I'm registered so that I can have?
Hi, Abdullah, are you speaking? I can't hear you anymore. Okay, I think that's network. So can anyone hear me? If you can hear me, please give me a thumbs up. Okay, so I guess. Okay, so let's move over to Adelawa. I'm going to add you as a co-host. You can unmute your mic and speak.
Yeah, good evening, good afternoon, all. It depends on where you are. My name is Adelanwa Ogunlolu. I'm very happy, and most of the time I do see some of these alerts. I'm in one of your classes in the May cohort, and I'm on Fabrics already. So, I mean, in the class, the Lollipop and other chats were views were not even discussed, but I'm happy to be here. And also, the Lollipop, can it be done in Tableau too? And the others, I know everybody has some specialties, right? But however, I just want to commend you guys. You are doing a great job there. You are doing a great job. Some of my guys, I'm in US, some of my guys that are in data analytics here, I was with one guy on Saturday. He's a senior manager, right? So I just showed him one of my capstone, was like, am I the one that did this? I said, yes, was so impressed. So, right, I'm in your other AI class as well too. So I'm combining that together. I just want to give you guys your flowers while you are there with some other new stuff. So I really appreciate that. And also, and I will always keep in touch. I have some of your guys that are taking my own class as well too. Thank you.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. This is like a real life testimonial. So fantastic. You have someone that's currently in the September cohort because we have a program currently ongoing for Tenantics business for generative AI for data analytics and AI automation engineer. You heard it here. He's combining two courses because data analytics also runs in Tenalytics, and they would be taking Microsoft Fabric. But for generative AI for data analytics, that's the AI aspect of data analytics. And I know they have covered quite a bit. So thank you so much for that. Really appreciate that feedback. So this is a good time for you to jump on that bandwagon and get the information as soon as possible. Okay, so Noah, I can see your thinking face. If you have a question, just please use the raise hand icon. Trust me, I would call on you. I would respond to your question. So Tobiloba Adeyemi, let me just go ahead to unmute you so you can speak. Hi Tobiloba. Hi Tobiloba, are you there? Tobiloba, are you there? Okay, if you're speaking, you're muted. Okay, we can't hear you. Hi, Joshua. Your hand is raised. Please go ahead.
All right, just to answer the questions, Adelawa, I don't know if I pronounced the Ogunlolu asked that can we also build Lollipop charts in Tableau? Yes. In fact, it's so very, very easy. Also in Tableau. You can also build Lollipop chart in Tableau. You can build it in Excel. You can also build Lollipop chart in Excel. Then even the other advanced the chart can also build like butterfly chart also in Tableau. So I know comment classes, comment section, you also get to know about this. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Joshua. Can you get the steps? Adilawa. Okay, don't worry, we'll get on that and then we'll revert to you. Can this automation be done on Excel too? Yes, it can. Absolutely. Automation is the order of the day right now. Whether it's Excel, Power BI, Tableau, SQL, there is a way to automate the process. Okay, so you just really need to know how to go about it. And I think that's where we come in as an organization. And that's what we're looking to teach going into the new month. So I'm just gonna take the next couple of minutes to chat about our open program that is coming up in a few weeks' time. So please let me know if you can see my screen. Can you see my screen? If you can see my screen, please give me a thumbs up. Okay, Babatunde can. All right. Thank you so much. So now, like I mentioned, you've gotten to learn, how to create an advanced looking dashboard with something like Power BI. How would you like to not even spend an hour creating a dashboard and do that in 5 to 10 minutes with AI? And that will bring me to my very next slide, the programs that we have upcoming. So for the month of October, we have 3 programs going on. We had this 2 going in September and still currently running, becoming an AI automation engineer and generative AI for every, okay, this is a new one, generative AI for data analyst as well, where the 2 programs running in September. But moving into October, we're also introducing generative AI for every HR professional. Okay, so like I mentioned earlier on, based off the questions that were being asked, classes are going to be starting October 11th and it's going to be finishing November 2nd. Okay, so these classes, it's going to run for 1 month. The good part about it is we all know that you are working professionals. Like I'm going through the attendance, you have bankers, you have financial analysts, you have data analysts, there are people from all walks of life, CEOs, HR professionals, okay? And then basically, we want you to be able to attend these classes and get value for your time. So what will be the best time to fix it? Classes are only going to be on the weekends. So talking about just Saturdays and Sundays, after you're done with your week's worth of work, you can go ahead to upskill and improve yourself and come back to learning so much more. So classes will be Saturdays and Sundays, 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. on Saturday, as you can see on my screen, and on Sunday, 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. West African time. The good part is if you miss class for any reason, just like the session is being recorded, classes are always recorded. And after the session, you have access to the recording. We have people that are currently taking the September course in this particular webinar, and they can all attest to the fact that if you have any questions, okay, your facilitator is also going to be on that group. If you have any questions, you can reach out to them. Why we always encourage our students to post questions on the group chat is, you might have a question, how do I use Excel? And there's like 2-3 more people who are thinking, but we're just too afraid to, post that particular question. You get to learn from them. So you always have access to your facilitators. You can always ask questions anytime in the week and you get answers to those questions. So specific courses that we're taking is how to become an AI automation engineer, generative AI for every HR professional, generative AI for data analysts and other professionals. Okay, so for AI automation engineer, let me take you to the website itself. So if you want to do anything in regards to registration, I'm going to also drop this in the chat here so you can see. Just visit this particular website. Okay, so this is what you're going to see when you come here. So for generative AI for every HR professionals, you'll be learning how to automate your HR data reports. Okay, so for HR that we have on this call, if you think this is a good, which is an absolutely fantastic thing to do, if you think this is a really good thing for your team, for your staff, for CEOs, this is a good time to key into it. We also tend to organizations as well as professionals. So if you want to register by yourself, if you want to register as a group, you can also go ahead to do that. So for every HR professionals, you'll be learning how to automate HR data cleaning, reporting, and workforce. You'll be generating SQL queries. So instead of you writing all those queries, all those codes yourself, you won't need to do that. All you need to do is prompt the AI tools and to give you the specific queries you need to write for your HR data set. Okay, just like you'd have Google Apps Script automating the process end to end when it comes to Google Sheets, we have other AI tools that can do it faster and better in a shorter span of time. And that's what we want to achieve. Okay, for those also looking to get information in terms of attrition forecasting, recruitment analytics, everything in regards to HR cycle, you'll be doing that with AI. And AI is the future. You just need to get on it as soon as possible. Fantastic thing about our sessions is just like, when Joshua was walking you through the process of how to create an advanced looking dashboard, it's not going to be theoretical. You'll be working on different projects. People that are currently in September cohort, they had an assignment last week. Okay, they have been submitting it all throughout the week till their next class starting tomorrow. And the facilitator will give them feedback. Okay, you did not pay 100,000 naira just to come and watch videos. If you wanted to do that, you can go to Coursera. Even Coursera will still give you tasks to do at each of the courses, at the end of each of the courses. So it's very, very important that you pay money, you're able to get the skills, and you're able to get the knowledge. Okay, and for whatever capstone project you work on, you can showcase it on LinkedIn, you can showcase it anywhere. Okay, and absolutely what we do is we post. We get you more visibilities to recruiters. For those of you that have been eyeing foreign roles and you are like, how am I going to go about it? Building in public is very much important as gaining that particular skill. Because if you can write a book and you've never written a book and published it before, nobody knows, nobody reads mind and can tell you have that particular skill. So it's very, very important that you're also able to build in public. Okay. So like I mentioned earlier, you'll be working on capstone projects. And then good part about any Analytics certificate is that our certificate is being accredited by the ACTD, which is the American Council of Training and Development. So this is an internationally recognized certificate end to end. Okay, so you can use the certificate anywhere in the world and it is absolutely recognized. So it will be fantastic if you have the certification, if you're looking to travel, even within Nigeria, if you want to just upskill, it has so much value for you as an individual. Okay, so apart from that, you'd also be getting employability services in terms of how to improve your CV, LinkedIn optimization, all that will be provided to you for HR professionals. And you can currently see that the price was originally 200,000 naira, but right now we're running a 50% discount for the first 20 individuals that are looking to lock in the discount as soon as possible. Like, all you need to do is just ask me for their account details, make payments, and register. So you'll be paying 100,000 naira for this particular course. And the good part is, we understand our economy. So if you are not able to pay the 100,000 fully, you can pay in 2 installments. Okay, so you can pay 50,000 and then another 50,000 naira, 3 weeks into when the class starts. So all of you just get your money ready, ask me for details. I can see a lot of thumbs up, Muritala or more on me. I'm looking for all of you to join this session. So this is just for HR analytics. Coming to the next one, AI automation engineer. This is a tad bit more technical because you'll be learning end-to-end everything in regards to AI. So once you come on this page, you would see the different aspects to it. So week 1, foundations of AI automation, large language models. So you'll be learning different specific type of tools. When it comes to AI agents, when it comes to AI itself, you'd learn that all here. Week 2, you'll be learning how to build LLM-powered apps specifically for different type of action items, so to say. Week 3, you'll be moving on to more advanced AI automation. Week 4, you'll be looking to deploy, monetize. A lot of people are making money. Okay, recently we had an individual that creates WhatsApp bots for us, and he charged heavily just because he knows how to create an AI agent that can do specific tasks that we don't want to be doing manually because it takes quite a bit of time. So we would also like you to learn that and monetize your skill. It can be side hustle, it can be your main daily bread, however you want to choose to do it. This is a way to get at it as soon as possible. Okay, so the original price is at 200,000 naira. But at the moment, we're running a 25% discount, which cuts the price down to 150,000 naira. And you'll be getting similar benefits in terms of certificates, employability services, access to facilitator, lifetime recordings, all that to be given to you and much more. Okay, so and finally, for the data analysts in the house, data scientists, data professionals from the entire data ecosystem, this is where you come in. So we have generative AI for data analysts and professionals. What will you be gaining from this particular session? You'll be learning how to use generative AI for data cleaning, querying, and reporting. You'll be learning how to create AI-powered dashboards. So the one that Joshua created is just tip of the iceberg. You'll be learning how to create advanced looking dashboard in minutes. Okay, literally minutes. You don't need like an hour to create this dashboard. In minutes, you get that done, and so much more. If you want to view more details about the curriculum, just click on this and you get more information about the specific AI tools you are using, the data analytics tools you're also using, and how to combine both. Okay, so classes, same time, all classes at the same time. So October 11th to November 2nd, Saturday 10 a.m. to 1 p.m., Sunday 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. So for generative AI for data analysts, it is currently going for 100,000 naira, which was discounted from 200,000 naira as well. And like I mentioned, you have the opportunity to pay in 2 installments, process. So these are currently the 3 programs. I've already gone through this. 3 programs that we have at the moment. So I don't know if you have any questions before I go any step further. If there are any questions, you can use the raise hand icon. You can drop a message in chat and I would respond to it as soon as possible. Do we have any questions? Any questions so far? All right, fantastic. So for those of you that are interested in making payment, if you're seeing my screen, this is currently the process to go about making payment. So from the Open Program tab itself, you see where it says you to fill the curriculum. If you scroll all the way down, you see the registration details. This is my phone number, it's my email address, and this is Tenalytics business website. If you want to make payment, this is the payment details. I'm also going to drop that in the chat. You can go ahead to make payments with this. And after you are done with paying, just click on register now. Once you have your receipt and every details ready, once you click on register now, it's going to take you to a form. Basically, I filled the form, so that's why it's bringing this up. It's going to take you to a form where you fill in your details, your name, your phone number. So if you are registering for more than 1 people, to ask for the specific details so that we can reach out to all the individuals that are registered under you. So once you fill in all these details, you'll be successfully registered for the program. You receive an official email from Tenalytics Business saying that you've registered for the program, and then we set up your class and all the information that goes into onboarding. So these are the next step in regards making payments for the class starting October 2025. Once you make payments, you can also send me an email, or you send an email to business@tenalytics.org. And once you do that, you get a response as soon as possible. The good part is this is not just the only thing we do. Open Program is just one aspect of Tenalytics business. So for other individuals that are like, oh, I don't need generative AI or AI automation, I need more advanced, maybe in software engineering or financial analytics, and I want my organization to be a part of it, not to worry. This is just the Open Program. We have the customized training. And if you look at my particular screen at the moment, you see that we've done this for top-notch organization across the country. So TGI, Kari, Meccano Motors, Fair Money, Health Insurance, there's Kuda, MTN, AfriInvest, loads and loads of really significant organizations. So if you want us to also come in to evaluate your business and train your staff, we are 100% fully available for both tech skills, non-tech skills. It could be, CISP, it could be CISSP, it could be CRM, whatever training you want us to offer, we're fully available. So this is for the CEOs, HRs, heads of departments that are looking to train your organization. You feel like there's a training gap that you want to cover and you want to help them upskill as soon as possible, just reach out to me at treasure@tenalytics.org and I would respond as soon as possible. So that's all you need to do to get started. If you have any further questions, you can also book a demo session. So you see where it says book a demo, you book a demo, that goes straight into my Calendly link, and we can discuss some more. If you are not clear on what path to go, you can also send me a message directly, or you can call me and I would respond as soon as possible. Okay, if there are no further questions, thank you so much for staying with us to this very point. It was amazing speaking to each and every one of you. I'm looking to see all 23 to 24 individuals that have stayed to this very minute. It shows that you have very strong interest in this program. I would love to see you come October 11th when we start our next open program on either generative AI for data analysts, generative AI for HR professionals, or AI automation engineer. The best time to start learning a skill was 5 years ago. The next best time is right now. Looking forward to seeing each and every one of you in the class. If you have any further questions, please do let me know. Thank you so much for joining us, and have a great rest of your evening. Bye, everyone, and have a great day.